Hey guys, so I'm really sorry for the really bad lighting. I'm filming this at night and my lighting is just the light coming from the lamp behind me. But anyway, I wanted to film this video, number one, because I haven't made a video in a while, and I'm really sorry guys. My schedule has been chaotic lately. And then the second reason I wanted to film this is because I thought it was something that you guys would enjoy. And on the 27th of October, I met the amazing Taylor Swift live at Good Morning America. So I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about my experience meeting Taylor Swift. And yeah, so I'm going to jump right into it. So we went to New York for my birthday because originally Taylor was scheduled to do her concert that she did on the 30th on the 27th. So I took off of work for those 2 days and we went to New York to see Taylor and to see her in concert, and then we found out that the concert actually got moved, but we still wanted to go and see her talk in the studio. So we got there on the 26th and we stayed in our hotel, we went shopping, ate dinner, all of that stuff. And then on the 27th, we actually got up at about 3:30 in the morning, and there was about 30 people there when we got there. But luckily, we were standing in, if you've ever been to Good Morning America, there's a line on the side that you can stand at the side door to watch the person go into the studio, and then you can stand alongside the front window to watch the news anchors and to watch the people getting interviewed. So my mom and I were standing in the line at the side door. My mom, my friend Carrie, and myself and my friend Amy were all standing at the side door, and then my mom's like, I don't think we're going to see Taylor here, so let's move to the other place in front of the windows. And in front of those windows, there was hardly anyone there. So we walked in because it was so early in the morning. It was like 4:30 when we moved. There wasn't a whole lot of people there yet. So my mom, actually this really nice girl in line that was already standing there, moved over so my mom and I could fit alongside the front banner and hold our sign up. We had a happy birthday sign for me my mom had made, and my little brother had made a sign for me as well. And so we're standing there, and at 6 o'clock the news anchors came in and all of that stuff, and Robin Roberts thumbed up my sign, so that was awesome. And then at 7, the program started, and around, I want to say 7:30-ish, Robin Roberts came outside, and I got to meet her, and she was literally the nicest human being I've ever met in my entire life. Now, mind you, Robin Roberts has battled cancer, and she's been through so much, and she genuinely was interested in everything we had to say, and when we talked to her, and she grabbed my hand and she's like, oh honey, your hands are so cold. And then she commented, she's like, you definitely don't look 21. She's like, I'm so jealous of you. And at this point in time, I'm like, Robin Roberts, I'm jealous of you. You're stunningly beautiful. And she was honestly the nicest person. The nicest. There was not a single thing that was artificial about her at all. She was so sweet. So I met Robin, had a lovely conversation with her. My mom had a good conversation with her. She was so nice. And so Robin came out, and then at about, I want to say a little before 8, there were these 2 black Escalades that pulled up, and we knew they were Taylor's Escalades. And we could kind of see them on the side a little bit, but not much. And then her hairdresser and her publicist and her parents got out of one Escalade, and then Taylor got out of the Escalade in front of that one. And you just heard all this screaming, but my mom's like, we'll see her in the studio and everything. And so we're standing there and we're waiting and we're waiting and we're waiting and we're watching the program, because they actually had a big TV set up outside too that you could see. If you couldn't see anything, if you couldn't see certain things in the studio, they had a TV set up that you could see the actual live coverage on as well. And so we were looking at that too, and then the security guys were so incredibly nice. They took pictures for us, and that's how we got our picture with Robin. If you go on I will have my Instagram linked down below and my Twitter, because there's the Robin Roberts picture, and then my picture with Taylor is on both my Twitter and my Instagram, and then my Robin Roberts picture is on my Instagram. So I will link both of those down below so you guys can go check those out. But so the security was like taking photos and stuff, and then this lady came out in this white suit, and she said to the one security guy who we had been talking to for a while, she's like, they're gonna bring her out. I heard it because I was standing at the banner, so I could hear what they were saying. She's like, we're gonna bring her out, but if it gets crazy, we're gonna send her back in. And I turned to my mom and I started freaking out. I'm like, Taylor's coming out, Taylor's coming out. And my mom's like, it's okay, like she's gonna come to you definitely, because we were up near the end of like, there's like a big round circle part, like where they do the weather and stuff a lot of times. And so we were like right like at the edge of like the straight part, and then there was the round part. And so all of a sudden we just hear screams at the other end. And I'm like, oh my God, Taylor came out. And so she started going down the line taking selfies. Well, then they stopped. She stopped outside, and they let the weather people, like they let Ginger go through because she's the meteorologist there. They let her go through, and the camera equipment and all of that stuff, so that they could get that set up in the round part, and then Taylor would keep coming down. Well, I was like, oh my God, she's not gonna make it to me, she's not gonna make it to me, like these people are getting loud, they're pushing, like she's not gonna come to me. And then all of a sudden she was like 2 people away from me, and I turn to my mom and I just start crying, and my mom's crying because I'm crying, because I'm like so beyond happy. Like, I love Taylor Swift, I love her music, I think she's such a good role model for young girls to look up to. I think she always has stayed true to herself, and she's grew up in the same area that I've grown up in my whole life. So everybody in this area knows who Taylor is, and they've all kind of been there since the beginning with her. But so Taylor got to me, and I was like, can I have a hug? And she's like, of course. So she gave me a hug, and then I was really scared to ask for a picture because I'm like, this is gonna be awkward if she says no. But I was like, can I get a picture with you? And I said it really, really quietly, and she's like, of course, honey. And so she took my phone and she like held it up, and a lot of people just were taking their own selfies, but Taylor took mine and held it up, and we're like touching heads, and it's so cute. I love the picture. And then she signed my poster and my little brother's poster, and my little brother I think had a crush on her because he just kept looking at her and smiling. And she said hi to him, and then she looked at my poster after she signed it, and she's like, oh my goodness, have a happy birthday. And I was like, Taylor Swift wished me a happy birthday, and I was just like, thank you. And then she actually went to the person aside of my mom, was the last person. My mom got a selfie with her too, so congrats to my mom for that. But the girl aside of my mom was actually the last person to get a selfie with her, and then she didn't get any of the people in the circular part because they were really loud and really obnoxious, and the Ginger was going to do the weather, so they had to like pull her back in. So I was one of the last people to get a selfie with Taylor, and I was so beyond happy. Like, I didn't think in a million years I would meet Taylor Swift. And especially being on this crazy tour for 1989, like being on this crazy press tour and doing all these different interviews and everything that she's constantly going. So I didn't think I'd even get the opportunity to meet her. And then the fact that she was so incredibly nice too when I met her was just amazing. I was so blessed and so happy, and it was such an amazing birthday present. And we actually left right after we met Taylor because we're like, yep, we saw everything we needed to see. Let's go home. So we actually like left and went back to our hotel, checked out, shopped, and then went home. So yeah, that was my experience meeting Taylor Swift. She's honestly one of the nicest, most gracious people, and being as tired as she was and being on this craziness for 1989, I cannot thank her enough for being as sweet and as kind as she actually was, and taking time out to come out and meet, because they don't have to come out and meet the people standing outside. That's a choice that they have, and Taylor chose, every time she comes there, she chooses to go out and meet fans. And I think that is something that is so nice and so gracious of her to do. So I thank her. I thank Robin Roberts for being so sweet. I thank Good Morning America for allowing people the opportunity to meet people who they idolize and who they think are amazing. So yeah, that is my video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and thumbs up this video if you guys like 1989 too. So yeah, bye.